So my name is Rohit Kumar. I have almost 8 years of experience in IT industry, and right now I'm working in Dell Technology in Malaysia. And also I have a 6 Salesforce certified certification as well. Yeah, I'm a group leader as well, Salesforce Chandpur user group, and also I'm leading lots of things to you guys. So let me share my screen and get to know these things, right? So if you have any query questions, so you can ask me in the last. Okay, so I hope, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so recently I launched this course in Udemy, and this course is a different from other course. You can comparison, and this is a for like VS Code tips and tricks with Salesforce. So this course is basically 2 hours on demand video, and I cover lots of things, right? Like working with VS Code. It's a daily basis commands, and we can increase our productivity with the help of some sort and tricks, right? And also you can see VS Code plus Salesforce extension pack. You will be see some different kind of like topics under here, like sort difference, replay debugger, and how to deploy our code with using metadata file. Other instead of metadata file, we can create our packages like that. So this is the all about my course. And also I have created one extension for the VS Code as a theme, right? So in marketplace of the VS Code, if you want to search my name here, let me search my name, you will be see my extension here. So now let me show you that extension to you. Yeah, so here if you search my channel name as well, that should be find out. So now you will be get some extension about my VS Code, right? So I already created. If you want to download, so you can download. I will share the link. So it's a like why? Because it's a Visual Studio. That's why you cannot see my extension. If you click on Visual Studio Code and try to search my name here, definitely you will be get my extension here. So once you search, now you can see number one search position, Salesforce and dark. So almost I created this extension last before 2 weeks. So now you can see 22 installation, and let me click on this extension. So you can download. This is a free of cost. Okay, so this is for Mac, iOS as well, Windows. And now you can see my tag name here as well, right? So you can download and you can observe that kind of things like themes in Play Store. If you want to install that theme from the VS Code like a marketplace or extension pack, so definitely you will be get to know different kinds of like some character highlights and different types of themes here under here, right? So this is all about like my theme. So I already hosted this thing, and now this is my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn something about any kind of things in Salesforce regarding admin, development, Lightning, Aura, or LWC, integration, any kind of things, so you can learn here, because I already posted lots of things under this channel. And this channel is totally different from the other channel, because you will be see different kinds of contents, right? So it's not like as a copy and paste something like that, right? So you can check each and every content and you will be get to know all the things. So this is all about my extra activity day by day, right? And let me open my slide. So we will start this one. So here I will show you this kind of all features regarding this winter 23 new release features with practical. So most of the feature I will cover with flows, and as well like some development as well, LWC. So this is our agenda here. So first of all, before starting this session, so we have this logo. So you can observe this logo. So if anyone know this logo, so well and good. If you don't know, so let me explain this logo. So this is the logo Brandy the Fox, right? So this is the Salesforce character in winter 23. So you can see this is a Brandy the Fox, right? So you can observe once you see this logo, that is called, this is a new org, under winter 23 release. So this is some Salesforce key features and releases date. So based on your dates, you can learn and you can download, or you can make it our trailblazer module based on our need. So here you can see in September is almost done, all the things is live, so you can follow this step and you can learn all the things, right? So if you want to create your free lifetime developer account in Salesforce winter 23 pre-release org, so you can follow this URL in the address bar. You can see salesforce.com/form/sign up and slash pre-release winter 23 or right. So once you type this URL, you will be see this kind of form. So you have to fill out this form, first name last name normally, and finally you have to click on this start free trial. And once you create this account, then you have to verify your account in your mail ID, and once you verify, so you can use this org as a free. So this is the prerequisite if you want to start this new feature, so you can sign up this pre-release org. And first feature is like launch screen flow with lightning web component. So most of the people know these things, like previously we already use LWC to screen flow very well, right? But this is the vice versa. So we can use screen flow under the LWC. So this is the new tag under LWC. So like lightning hyphen flow. Okay, and after that you have to give API name of your flow. So this is the tag you have to inject, or you have to use this tag into your HTML template in LWC. So how to use that? Let me open my VS Code and let me show you that. Okay, so I already created some of the component regarding this the winter 23 result, right? So let me expand this, so you know very well this kind of things, right? So this is like LWC folder structure. So let me open my LWC. So here you can see lots of things, right? So here I already created this flow in LWC. Just expand it and open this HTML. So now you can see this template. So template is nothing but it's a markup language under the LWC, right? If you want to show something into the end user, so you can use this template as well, you know very well, right? So under in template, you can see this tag, right? So lightning hyphen and flow, right? So this is the common tag for all, but and this is the API name of this flow. So this is the tag. So this should be common for all, and after that you have to give your different flow API name. So I already created one screen flow. Let me open that and let me show you this API name here, right? So now let me open my org, and here you have to search like flows. Click on these flows, and here, okay, fine. So flow in LWC, just open this one. So now you can see this flow, right? So this is the screen flow. Based on this start component, you can easily recognize each and every flow, because flow is the future in the Salesforce, because you know very well, like workflow and process builder will be deprecated, or workflow already deprecated in this winter 23, but process builder will be deprecated in spring or summer 23. Please. So now you can see this is the screen flow. So under this screen flow, if you want to see your API name, flow API name, so how to show that? So here you can see small gear icon. Just click on this gear icon. Now you can see your flow API name. Okay, instead of open the like view version and processes. So this is the shortcut. You can check your API name of your flow, right? So I just copied from here this flow underscore in underscore LWC under my LWC. So now you can see flow under this LWC template, right? So now here, if you want to use any kind of screen flow inside this LWC, so you have to mention this tag first. So this is the prerequisite. So this is the common tag for all the screen flow in LWC, right? So now I just configure this template here, not in JS. You cannot see anything because it's a blank JS file. And under the HTML, you can see this tag, right? So how to use this screen flow under the LWC? So you can use like this, and but how to use this LWC inside our Salesforce? So you know very well, you can create your app and you can use anywhere as you want. So I already created one app, so I'm using this LWC inside record page, app page, home page. If you want to use this LWC as a tab, record action, or any kind of things, you can use as a community as well, like community pages, default or theme layout, something like that, right? So basically, this is the common tag for all the configuration about LWC, right? So let me open my org and let me show you this output. So here in flow, just you have to click on this app launcher, 9 dots, and you have to search. I already created one application for winter 23, so don't worry about if you don't know. So you can find out anywhere this reference how to create this lightning app, right? Or you can just go ahead and lightning app manager, and you can create your own app. So now you can see winter 23 app, and this flow is injected in this application page. Now you can see flow in LWC, and this is coming from screen flow. Now you can see this tag. So if you want to change something inside the screen flow, so it's a automatic reflected here. So let me change something, and you can get to know these things. So now just click on this display text. Under this display text, let me change this let me leave it as it is, screen flow. Let me add the flow here. So once you add this flow, so before that, let me show you here. You cannot see any kind of like this is a screen flow in LWC, right? So after some time, you will be see this is a screen flow in LWC. Once you save it, you will be see this kind of things, right? So once you save it, so let's say you can refresh, or not refresh, just save as, because you already changed something. So always create a new version of that particular flow. So just click on this save. Once you save it, now you have to refresh your page. So let me refresh it here, and let me change. Okay, fine. Let me clear the cache of the browser. So some because in LWC we have some problem about the cache, that's why. So here, okay, so let me check here. This flow is a version 2, or is a activate. It should be activate. If you want to use any kind of flow under LWC, so always activate that flow. That's why you cannot see latest update here. Okay, so let me refresh it, and here you can see the changes output here. This is a screen flow in LWC. So this is the best feature under winter 23. You can use screen flow inside LWC, or you can use LWC inside screen flow, vice versa. So this is the first feature. Let me move the next feature, and that next feature regarding the notification. So most of the people know about JavaScript, right? So JavaScript contain different kinds of like alert, confirm, and prompt. But if you want to use this kind of things under LWC, so previously we can use directly like alert, confirm, and prompt. But nowadays, or in this release, you can use this kind of new features, right? So no need to worry about every time you have to use like window dot alert, window dot confirm, or prompt, something like that, right? No need, because it's a new things and you can use everywhere. So here, if you want to use, and now you can generate notification your LWC, use a new module that is called lightning alert, lightning confirm, and lightning prompt. So this is three types of these all three types of confirmation module under LWC. So this is the native API. Chrome or Safari intent of this discontinue, like cross origin support for the native APIs like window.alert, window.confirm, and window.prompt. So each new module generates a model that's work in a cross origin iframes, and the functional similar like its API counterpart. The let me show you the example, and you will be get to know these things, right? So you have to import this kind of module first if you want to use any kind of confirmation, information, or like alert. Okay, so let me open my VS Code. Now under the VS Code I already created like alert component. So under the alert component, let me open JS first. Under the JS, if you want to use any kind of like alert message, so before that let me show you in browser. So if you want to use any alert, so you know very well this windows, like window is the object, and under this object we have lots of things, let's say alert. So under the alert, if you want to print something, let's say hello, so it's automatic showing under here. So once you press enter, now you can see the hello world, right? So this is the we consider old one, right? So it's a browser native functionality. So if you enhance your browser level functionality based on your latest modules under the LWC, so always use this module. Okay, so don't use like window.alert, window.confirm, or window.prompt in your LWC component. So if this is the best practice, always use the this module. So here now you can see alert. So under the alert, now you can see this one here, this is the alert module. So if you want to use alert, so you have to import this one. So this is the predefined module under winter 23 release all. So you have to import this. This is the first step. After that, because this is always work as a asynchronous JavaScript, because you know very well two programming approach, synchronous or asynchronous, same kind of things we can apply for JavaScript. So it's a asynchronous process. So I already created this handle alert in my HTML. So let me show you. It's a kind of like button in LWC. So I just use this on click event. Under this on click event, I have this function handle alert. Under this handle alert, you can see await, because if you want to use async before your method, so always use await, because it's a multi-threading concept, right? So under await, you can see like lightning alert. So this is the lightning alert you can see coming from this lightning slash alert module. And under this lightning alert, we have one method that is called open. So under this open method, you have to pass your some some parameters. So this is a parameter, and like message, theme, and label. So based on your need or based on your requirement, you can change this text dynamically or statically based on your need. And theme, you can see error, because I want to show alert. So alert always like as a some danger things. So it's a like red color. So that's why I'm using like error. Same kind of thing you already seen in like toast message. So message like label, something like that, right? So you have to prepare this method before using this alert, right? So I already created this alert, confirm, or like prompt component. So processes are same, but something is different regarding this module. So if you want to use alert, so always use this module. If you want to use like confirm, so just open the JS file. So under the JS file, you can see this another module, lightning confirm from lightning slash confirm. So this is the another module. After that, you can see another module under this prompt. So let me open the JS, and now you can see this is the another module. So if you want to use three modules in the same file, you can use for your better understanding purpose. That's why I'm segregated these all things, right? So now you can see three modules, separate files, and functionality same in all the like modules and all the functions. So I already created these kind of three component under this LWC. So how to use these component under my LWC? So very simple. I already created this app. You can see winter 23. So it's a kind of app, right? So let me refresh, and you will be see the output of this new module. So I have three buttons. Now you can see open alert model, open confirm model, and open prompt model. So if you want to open any alert, now you can see alert. Okay, so it's a kind of like model. So before that, like winter 23 release, so you cannot see this kind of like modules. So this is the new. If you want to show some like error or maybe like alert information, so always use this module. So this is a new one, right? So let me click on this OK, and this is the confirm. So it's having two buttons. You can observe in alert we have only OK button, but in confirm we have two buttons, cancel and OK. So now you can see cancel and OK. So based on this operation like OK and cancel, it's having backend, you can see like true and false value. If you click on OK, you will be see like true, and once you click on this cancel button, you will be see like false. So if you want to perform any kind of action based on the boolean value, so always use this this module and this new LWC component. So this is cancel and OK, right? So let me click on this OK, and this is a like if you want to take some input from the user side in a prompt window, so always use this one, open prompt. Now you can see this is a default text I already set up under my component. That's why you can see Salesforce. And if you want to change it, so you can change it and you can store anywhere as you want. So let me clear this console here, and now you can see Salesforce. If you want to click on this OK button, you will be see this text inside here, because I already use console.log. That's why just click on this OK. Now you can see Salesforce here. So you can store any kind of information from the user, right? So this is the new module. Let me move the next topic or next feature. Now you can see we can create flow directly from the setup homepage. So no need worry about like every time you have to go in setup and under the quick find you have to search like flows like flows, right? So no need worry about. Just click on this create button in home window. You can see the home page. So just click on this create and you will be see a new feature under this drop down like flow. So let me show you that feature here. So now let me open any kind of application, or let me open this setup first of all. So once you click on this setup, so it's open me my home page. Now you can see the home, and this is the create button, right? So this is a shorthand notation. No need worry about like every time you have to search like flows here. No. So this is a new feature. If you create your flow frequently, just click on this drop down. Now you can see the new feature. So if you click on this, so it's automatic redirect that particular windows. That is called flow builder. So here you can see the templates, all types of flows templates here you can see, right? So based on your need, you can create your flow. So let me close it. So this is the another feature under this new release. So now this is another feature, and this is the very most important for us. If you have like a multiple application in a lightning app builder page, and if you want to clone that particular application in some other like package or some other modules, so that is at that time this is very helpful, right? So if you want to clone existing application, so you have to enable this setting that is called enable app cloning. So you have to enable that. Once you enable, so you will be see one option here under this small drop down. Just click on this down arrow button. You will be see three options here: edit, delete and clone. Before that you cannot see this clone button, only you can see like edit and delete. But now you can see three options here. So let me show you this one. So under here you have to search like app manager here, right? So app manager, just click on this app manager. So I already enabled this option. Now you can see, let me open any kind of application. So I already created this application winter 23. Just click on this small down button. Once you click on this small down button, now you can see the clone. So just click on this clone and you can clone the existing application in another steps, right? So this is the very important for us. If you have like this application, I want to make it as a custom because it's a standard application in Salesforce, so you can make it as a clone and you can modify based on your need, right? So this is another feature. Let me move the next feature, and this is all about some developer activities and some front end activities. But now you can see all the activities under the flows, that is called toolbox is hidden in auto layout. So previously you cannot see this option under like freeform, or we can say that like auto layout, but now you can see this option. Let me explain, and you will be see this new feature. So once you click on this any kind of flow, so now under the auto layout, this is the drop down, you can change this UI auto layout as a like free form as well. So based on your need and based on your comfort zone, so you can change this UI, right? So under auto layout you can see this option, and once you mouse over you will be see like toggle toolbox. So you know very well this toggle things. So it's a true false at a time, you can perform the all the action. So once you click on this one, right, so just click on this, now you can see the toolbox here, right? So once you toggle it, you can hide your like toolbox like this. So this is a new feature here. So at a time you can work accordingly. Or also let me show you the difference between freeform and auto layout. So auto layout, you can see this toggle button, right? Once you change it in freeform, you cannot see any toggle kind of things. So under the toolbox you can see two options. One is elements and second one manager, right? But in auto layout you can toggle it based on your need, because if you have like lots of like flows, and you are working on the one of the biggest flow, so you can just hide it, because some spaces you can see here, this is the white spaces under this canvas window, right? So if you hide that particular like window here, you can see uh, this space automatic taken by this toolbox, right? So you can see here to here this component element screen here, right? But if you need extra space, so always the best practice is, if you are working any kind of flow, so just hide it. If you need that one, just open it, use it, and close it like that. So this is another feature under the flow. Let me move the next feature of the flow. Now you can see search element to add in auto layout. So this is the most important feature. Previously I was wondering about the elements where I can find out these like get everything. So every time I need only just scroll up and down, right? So no need worry about like scrolling up and down. So you can search your element inside this search box. So let me show you that one. So here, if you want to add something under this flow, just click on this plus icon. Now you can see the add element. Previously you cannot see this search box here to here, right? But you can see here like this scrolling. Earlier you can see these things, right? So if you want to get some data, or if you take some elements from the this interaction window logic or data elements, so you always you already follow this approach that is called scrolling, right? You can create update based on your need and scrolling like that. So in new feature, no need worry about like scrolling. Just I need some get data or the data element, so you can search here, let's say get. So once you search like get, now get related things, you can see like get records, right? If you need like rollback, I need this rollback here. If you roll back, so now you can see the rollback records, right? Same kind of things you can see like let's say collection filter, right? So now you can see collection regarding things under this search box. So this is the very handy and this is a very useful tool. And you can see this search bar here, right? You can search your element based on your need, or you can search like subflow. If you have like one flow to another flow, if you want to call, so you can see the search flow here as well, right? So now let me remove it, and now you can see this the feature, right? So here, let me move the next feature. So next feature is cut and paste element into auto layout. So previously you can you already seen these options under my flow. And let's say this one, let me open here this one. So now copy element, delete element, we already learned these things. But in this new release you can see this scissor symbol here, and you can cut your element and you can paste anywhere. Let's say I want to add some element under inside this screen. So let's say get element, I need get element. So let me add get data, right? So under here let me add the object, let's say account, and this is account, and I don't want to take any condition, so that's why I want to choose less than none. All record, click on done. Now you can see the get data, right? Get data, this is the get data, this is the screen. But my requirement is a different. Like I need this screen before this get data. So how to do that? So previously you already know these things, like just disconnect this connector and just replace the element from one place to another place, like that. But in this release, no need worry about this efforts. So it's a easy. Let's say I want to use this screen inside before this get data. So how to do that? Just cut the element. Once you cut the element, now you can see the toast message immediately. One element was cut to the clipboard, means it's already like copy and paste, right? So now you can see it's a one, select where to paste the element that you cut. So here you can see this cut element, this is small dotted lines around this screen, right? So you can easily observe this is the cut element. If you want to paste it somewhere, so just click on this mouse over this plus icon. Now you can see immediately one paste icon here, right? Once you click on this paste icon, it's automatic comes here, right? Like screen here. So no need worry about like every time you have to move the layout, remove the connectors, replace the element, something like that. No, just replace your screen based on your need, like cut and paste, right? So this is another feature here. So let me move the next feature, like update related record option in record trigger flow. So previously you cannot see uh, this feature that is called update record related to the account record that trigger to flow. So this is the new feature. So how to show that? If you want to update any kind of like we can say that records, so always use this record. So how to show that? Let me show you the flow list here. So let me go back, leave it as it is. Under this flows, now you can see here I already created. Let me search the update regarding this one, update related records here. So just click on this one. Now you can see this is a record trigger flow, right? So I already set up these things. If you want to see any kind of data, you know very well, just click on this edit or just double click and you can change this requirement based on your need. So I already configure. Now you can see the update data. So this is the new feature under here, that is called update records related to the account record that triggered the flow. So this is the new feature. So it's a update the related records of the accounts. So now you can see, previously you cannot see this option, only you can already see in this option that is called use the account record, first one, third one and fourth one, but second one is a new one. So you can update your record based on your requirement. This is a new feature. Let me move the new feature that is called no code flow testing Gauss GA. So previously we already seen this one that is called view data or view test as a beta, right? But in this release you cannot see any kind of things like as a beta. So it's already generally available and you can use it. So how to use it? Let me show you. So let me open my flow. Let me close it and let me open this flow. And now you can see this is a record trigger flow. So I need to test this flow. So I already configured this flow with the case object and its trigger should be created and updated. And I have some condition like priority equal to high and every time record is updated to meet the condition, right? And it's a related record. So this is the some prerequisite, and after that you can see the update. So once you click on this update, so I am just updating the related record of this case, only the case, same object, not other. So like is accelerated field as a true. Okay, so how to check it? With the help of like test data. So you know very well, if you want to create any kind of like Apex class under Salesforce, so you already created, suppose that you already created the Apex class and you have to deploy this Apex class one org to another org, not sandboxes. I'm not talking about the sandboxes, because under the sandboxes, no need worry about any code coverage, right? If you need like some metadata, or like Apex class from one org to another, let's say dit to, or any development environment to any like sit integration testing or regression testing or any production environment, right? So that time we need to follow that Salesforce rules. So Salesforce rule we already follow about the Apex class. So the code coverage should be like above 75%, up to 75%, but it's a good practice always follow the up to, like, above 75%. You know very well. Same kind of thing we can follow under the flow as well, because nowadays most of the people don't know about this view test data, but this is the best practice. Always test your flow instead of like writing the code, right? So always test your flow before deploying or any kind of like activation of this flow, right? So now how to test it this flow? So just click on this view test. I already created one test, so you can create. So it's a kind of like simple, we can say that like Apex testing, like assertion system dot assert equal, assert node equal. There are so many methods under the system class, right? So same kind of things we can check here, and we can check like our flow is successfully working or not. Okay, so how to check? So under, I already created one assertion here. So under this drop down you have to click on this one. Now you can see run test and view detail. Just click on this one, and once you click on this, now you can see passed, means our test cases or assertion is successfully passed. If you want to check that assertion, how many assertion we have, so I already use only one assertion. That's why you can see assertion one condition like updated accelerate fields as a true. So it's a condition meet as a true. Here you also you can see the condition true, that's why you can see passed. If you want to check all the details, just click on this all details, and you can check each and every steps under this test run details, right? Suppose that I want to make it my flow as a false or like fault. So how to handle it? So let me click on this edit flow, click on this view test, click edit, and under here we have this condition I already set up. You can set up like this. So this is the initially condition, this is all fields, and this is the set assertion. So suppose that if you want to make it as a false here, you will be get some error definitely, because we expected as a true, but we will see as a false the result, right? So let me save it, and just click on this view test and click on this run test and view details. Now you can see failed. Previously you already seen green, that is called passed. Now you can see red as a failed. That's why it's accepted as a true, but you already pass as a false. That's why it's a failed. So you can check your flow debugging. This is the flow debugging, right? So you can debug your flow based on your need with the help of view test data, right? So this is the another feature here. So let me move the next feature, that is called formula checking in flow builder. So this is a new feature, and this is a very useful if you have like complex logic about like some formula regarding things like some predefined function if you want to use. So you can use the formula and you can validate your formula inside this formula builder window. So how to use that, let me show you. So let me close this flow, and now here let me open this flow here. Yes, so now click on this update screen, and now you can see here I already updated this as a yes, right? So let me open that this screen, I think so, yeah. So now you can see this formula is screen. So under this condition requirement, right, requirements, previously we already seen like none, and, or, and custom condition, these four options. But now in this release you can see new feature, that is called formula evaluates to true. So you can insert your formula or you can see like you can filter out like logical text or math based on your need. You can do that, right? And we have some operators as well. So insert the source, you can insert the record as well. So I already checked here. I already checked as a name should not be blank. That's why you can see like is blank is the predefined method or function inside this formula builder. So is blank after the, you can see like my account name. So account name should not be blank. That's why I'm using this formula builder. So you can check this formula, check syntax button. If you have some error inside this formula, so it will be throwing some like red boundaries regarding this error. And now you can see my formula is correct. How to check it? So just click on this check syntax. Now you can see valid means this is the correct formula. If you make it some mistake, let's say I want to remove this e and let me check it. Now immediately you can see red boundary regarding this like formula builder, right? So it's showing like the NAM field does not exist in account object. That's why you can see here in record is a global variable. Under this global variable we don't have any NAM fields. That's why you can see this error. So you can check your formula based on your need. So this is the another way, right? And let me move the next feature. And the next feature is in and not in operators for the data element. So under the data element we can check like lots of like accounts ID or any kind of like s object IDs, right? So if you want to check at a time most of the data in a single line, so always use like in and not in operators. You know very well in Apex classes we can use in under our SQL query in and or not in, right? So you can use same kind of things under the flow as well. So this is another feature. If you want to check it, so let me show you this one. So in and not in operators. So this is a simple flow, right? So just let me open here. Let me open this GAT. So under here, now you can see I already use this. This is the record, like a record variable. That's why you can see the collection as well. So it's checking as a collection. So once you click on this operator, now you can see in and not in. So these two new operator introduced in this release. This one new, like in and not in, these two operators. So previously we already learned about this equals, does not equal, start with, end with, and contain, and as well like is null, right? But in this release you can see this two new features or two new operators regarding this in and not in, right? So let me move the next slide. And this next slide is regarding bigger and wider screen editor. So let me show you the difference between the previous one and new one. So in previous one, let me open the any screen flow as I have. So let me open like search component. Okay, yeah, so now you can see the screen, right? So let me click on this screen. Previously you already seen this screen like this screen here to here only, like this. But now you can see the bigger screen here to here, some is extra like spaces between, you know, this window is divided into three parts. First is like components, edit screen, and some property, right? So previously we already seen like these all three options inside this boundary, red boundary. But now you can see the wider screen, and based on this wider screen we can make it our screen flow as much as we can, right? So this is the another feature under winter 23. So here let me move the next feature, and this is the very most important feature now, that is called lookup screen component, supports a multiple records. So previously if you was working about the lookup screen component, so we can select only one element at a time in previously, right? But nowadays, and you can use this multiple lookup multiple records lookup screen in the same screen, right? So we can select more than one record at a time under this screen component. So how to use that, let me show you. So lookup, let me search the lookup, yeah, this one. So let me open it. So it's a very simple. I'm just getting these all records from the accounts or any kind of object. Okay. So in my case, I'm using account object. You can use any kind of S object, right? So after that, you can see the lookup screen. So once you click on this lookup screen, you know very well under the component, if you want to use lookup, so you can search lookup here and just drag and drop. So previously we can select only one element at a time, but now you can select multiple. So how to show that? Let me debug this flow and you will be get to know these things. So once you execute this flow, now here, let me click on this run button. You can see choose account here. So once you click on this text box, or this is the lookup field, right? So here you can see five account records, right? So how many records you want to select here? So I already set up the limits as a 3. So I can select maximum 3 at a time. If you need more than 3, so you can change the limit, you can use it. And here, let me select this edge communication first. After that, S-Force, and finally Burlington. Now you can see. If you want to select another one, let's say Jani Point, so you cannot select because of that is the reason. Some limited reason under the lookup screen component. So I already set up this limit. That's why you can see 3. You can remove it from here as well, like this, and you can use this is like multiple records lookup screen anywhere. And based on the selection, let's say I want to select this one, like I already selected 2 records. Based on this selected record, we can perform another action, further action regarding this one, right? So this is the very useful features, right? So here, this is the lookup screen component support multiple records. Let me move the next feature, and this feature regarding the record type filtering for the pick list in dynamic form. So previously dynamic form, you already seen like as a beta, but now you can see this dynamic form generally available, and we can use anywhere as you want. So if you have some selected pick list, like filtering the pick list based on the controlling field, or selected field. So based on the this selection, I want to show some data. So you know very well this is the feature under the admin part. So you can use it under the dynamic form as well. So let me move the dynamic form for flow goes as GA. So it's generally available, and it will be showing you under the fields part, and it's always used as a collection variable here. So how to use that? Let me show you. And as you know, dynamic form for flow fields section was a beta feature for a long time. In the winter 23 release, it becomes a generally available, and it is not a beta feature anymore, and you can use it anywhere. And one more thing, let me add one more point here. No need worry about every time you have to create new fields or any kind of like a text field or any display field or any lookup. No need. If you have this fields option, and after that you can see the collection variable, right? So based on this two option, you can use it your screen within a second. How to use that? Let me show you that. So let me remove it, all the things. Okay, fine. So here, under the here, let me open which one. Oh, yes, a dynamic form. Okay, so it's a dynamic form. So let me open this dynamic form. And now you can see this is the dynamic form. And once you click on this screen, under the fields, you can see record variable, right? So if you want to make it your like a screen at a time, all the fields, so you can use it this record collection variable. So I already created this one. So let me choose this. Once you choose it, you can see regarding this account object fields automatic showing here. No need worry about like every time you have to create your fields as custom or standard, right? So just we have to do one thing, like if you want to use it name, so you can drag and drop like this. Let's say active, and you can make it your screen visible at same time. Let's say industry. like this. Click on this done and save it, and you can see this kind of field automatic created here, right? So let me debug this flow. Click on this run, and now you can see account name and active field is a pick list, right? You know very well in Salesforce. So now you can see no, yes, right? Also industry is a pick list. That's why you can see it's the automatic binding the all the data. So no need to worry about like every time you have to create the each and every field. So you can use this dynamic form for flow goes as generally available, right? So this is another feature. Let me close it here, and let me move the next feature that is called data table component inside this screen flow or any kind of flow you want to use, so you can use it. So it's still in beta version, but if you need this feature, so you can use it. Very useful feature. So if you want to configure any kind of column, so you can drag and drop, you can change the order, and you can rename the column. And here you can see the row selection mode, like multiple at a time you want to select all the rows at a time, so you can choose this option. Otherwise you want to use only one single line, single record, so always use this single option. If you want to show only the records, so you can check this radio button that is called view only, and you can set the limit like minimum row selection or maximum row selection here, and default selection. So this is the some feature inside data table. So how to use that, let me show you. So I already created this flow here that is called data table here, right? So now let me open this data table, and you will be see. So I will show you this data table component here. So here under data table, if you want to use data table, so you have to search under this component search filter, so like data. So now under the input you can see data table as a beta, so you can just drag and drop, and you can configure this data table inside this screen flow. And how to use that, just let me click on this debug and click on this run. Now you can see I already configure this column here. That's why you can see the data regarding this account, like account ID, name, industry, rating, active. If you want to select single record, you can select it like this. If you want to select multiple at a time, you can select it like this. Based on the selection, if you want to make it any further operation, so you can do that. So that is the functionality is available under the data table, right? You can wrap your text like this. If you have like, this is the bigger text, right? If you want to make it in a same line, like you can wrap it like based on like wrap text or clip text. So clip text means you cannot see all the text in a same line, right? If you need that, you can wrap that text. So that functionality also is there, right? So this is the all about like data table. Let me move the next feature, and next feature is workflow rule created disable. So you cannot create any workflow rules nowadays, right, regarding this winter 23 release of. So let me show you this one. So if you want to try to create any workflow rule, so you will be get this option here that is called create a new flow builder, not like create a workflow rule. So only you can see this pop up that is called create in a flow builder. If you want to create any workflow rule, so you will be see this option. So how to use that, let me show you here. So let me move into the my org. Under this org you have to select like workflow rule, right? Once you search this workflow rule, in the bottom you can select workflow rule, and I want to create a new workflow rule. Once you try to create a new workflow rule, you will be see one pop-up immediately, not regarding this workflow rule. It's all about like flow. So create in flow builder, not in workflow option. So previously, if you don't know about this is new, so previously you already seen another button here that is called create in workflow, another button here, but that button is already removed by the Salesforce in this release. That's why you can see only one button that is called create in flow builder. So this is another feature. So let me move the, this is the big news in Apex testing. So most of the developers wondering about the system.assert or something like that. So you have to write every time like system.assert, system.r equal, system dot any are not equal fails or something like that, right? So no need worry about like system class. So if you want to use that assert method, so you can directly use like assert dot and that particular method's name. So that functionality is there. So how to use that, let me show you. Under this one, let me open my developer console. So here under the developer console, if you want to open any kind of things, so just created this, I already created this class. So under here, let's say I want to check that assert, right? So previously we already used this system class. Under this system class we have lots of options, right? So like assert, like access label, addresses, answer, something like that. So I want to use like assert. So under the assert, if you want to use assert, then dot. So it's taking some time, and it's a like some hierarchy. So like first of all you have to write like system, then dot, then assert, then dot, and then you can use like assert equal like that. So this is the hierarchy, right? Previously, but in this release, don't need worry about this like system class. So just let me remove it here, and just you have to use like assert, right? You have to use assert dot, and now immediately you can see all the methods. So let's say I want to use this, that is called here like are equal, for example. So it's accepted actual parameter or expected, something like that. So you can pass two parameter inside this one and you can use it. So let me use it here like this. So you can pass the expected. So let's say I want to use this expected here. So just copy and paste it because this is a string. So always use inside this quote, right? So let me use this one as well. Let's say this one, and let me try to save it. So right now you can see the some error, right? So let me save it and let's see what happened. So now you can see immediately saved. So in your old org, if you want to check this assert dot r equal or any kind of method under this assert class, right? So you cannot see, or you will be get some error definitely because it's a new feature. So you cannot use directly this assert dot something like that, right? So previously you can see like system, you know very well, system dot assert dot, and then you can see the method, right? So this is another feature here, right? So let me move the next slide. Under this next slide, and this is all about like analytics on. So this is for like Tableau is acquired by the Salesforce, and this is the like Einstein analytics. So you can create your reports or any dashboard or any kind of like lenses or application inside this analytic studio. So how to use that, and I will show you this analytics features in a same screen. So how to access all the component, let's say all item, dashboard, component, reports, app and folder. I want to use all the features or all the component inside a same place. Let's say this one, you can see like all item, dashboard, component. You can access each and everything in a same screen. So that is a new feature inside this analytics home. So how to use that, let me show you. So before that, you have to enable one setting, right? So what is the setting here? So you have to search like report. Once you search like report, you can see like report and dashboard setting. So just click on this report and dashboard, come down. Now finally you can see unified analytics home. So this is a new feature. So you have to check this checkbox, right? So if you already check, you will be see the output as you want, and if you didn't check these things, so you cannot see any kind of output, right? So let me click on this app launcher and search like analytics. So you can click on analytic studio. So once you click on this analytic studio, click on this favorites. Now you can see each and every component like apps, dashboard, reports. You can access all the reports, Salesforce reports inside this like analytics, and as well dashboard. So just click on this report. You can check your reports if you have, because it's a new org. That's why you cannot see any kind of items here. You can check your dashboard as well, right? So this is all about like analytics studio. So let me move the next feature, and that next feature regarding like enhancement domain requirements. So this is the new feature. it will be come in the next release, that is called Spring 23, and you can enable or you can enhance your domain based on your security rules or high impact features, right? So it will be come in next release. So that's it from my side. I hope you learned something new in this session. So if you have any query questions, so you can ask me. Thank you. Let me stop my screen.
Hi, Udit. So, for the very first feature that we saw,
Mhm.
it was flow embedded, flow being called from LWC.
Yes.
So, what are all the different flow types that will be supported there? Screen flow or launch flow,
Yeah.
what types?
So only right now, screen flow is supported inside this LWC, not all the flows like record, auto launch, or schedule trigger flow, right? Like that. So we can use only screen flow now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I thought, see, as such, record triggered flow won't make sense because that has to be triggered
Yes.
on record. But along with screen flow, I thought auto launch flow can be called.
Yeah.
Maybe in future release.
Yeah, maybe upcoming release after this year you will be seeing
Uh-huh.
a new release, and that new release we have lots of features like no need worry about to create our custom model, model. So no need worry about to create the custom model in this upcoming release. So you can use one module, and based on that module you can show that model like cancel, okay, or some tags inside this module. So this model feature functionality will become, it's a new module. Inside winter 23 we have this documentation, but it's not a fully implemented, that's why I'm not showing this feature here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other question, guys? Okay. Yep. Thank you, Rohit. Like it is like very informative session, and like it helped me to complete my that 2023 batch easily.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's generally available. You can learn like trail mix about winter 23 admin as well, development, right?
Mm,
Developer.
yep. Okay. Yep. So no questions are there, so we can wrap up then. Yep. Yep. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks all, have a good day. Bye bye.